Shalom and welcome back for another amazing parasha adventure with Esau and Jacob in Vayishlach. In Hebrew, Vayishlach means, and he sent. And Jacob went on his way, and the angels of God met him, and when Jacob saw them, he said, "This is God's host," and he called the name of that place Mahanaim. Jacob was about to meet his brother face to face, so he sent messengers to the land of Seir, the country of Edom. He instructed his servants, "Say to Esau that your master Jacob has sent you before him bearing gifts from his flock, that my master Jacob may find favor in your sight." When Jacob's servants returned, they brought word and said, "Your brother is coming to meet you with 400 men." Jacob was greatly afraid and thought Esau might come to destroy his family. And Jacob prayed, "O God of my father Abraham and God of my father Isaac, the Lord which said to me, 'Return to the country and to my family, and I will deal well with you.' I am not worthy of the least of all mercies and of all the truth which you have shown to me. For with my staff I passed over this Jordan, and now I am become 2 bands. Deliver me, I pray, from the hand of my brother Esau. For I fear him, lest he come and smite me and the mother with the children. And you have said, 'I will surely do you good and make your seed as the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered for multitude.'" Jacob spent the night in Mahanaim. He packed animals from his flock as a present to his brother. He handed them to his servants and instructed them to go ahead of me, "And when Esau my brother meets you and asks where you are going and whose are these flocks for, you shall say to my brother Esau, 'These belong to our master Jacob. It is a present for you, and our master is right behind us.'" And Jacob rose up to divide his family into 2 camps over the brook of Jabbok. And Jacob was left alone, and there rested with a man until the morning. And when the man realized he could not prevail over Jacob, he touched Jacob's thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint as they wrestled together. And the man said, "What is your name?" And he replied, "Jacob." And the man said, "You shall no more be called Jacob, but Israel, for as a prince you have power with God and men, and has prevailed." And Jacob called the name of the place Peniel, "For I have seen God face to face, and my life is preserved." The man departed from Jacob, and Jacob lifted his eyes to see his brother Esau, and with him 400 men. Jacob then divided Leah's children into one group and Rachel and her children in another group. And Jacob passed before them and bowed himself to the ground 7 times. And Esau ran to meet him and embraced him and fell on his neck and kissed him, and they wept together. Some time later, Dinah, Leah's daughter, went into the city to see the other women there. Shechem, the son of Hamor the Hivite, fell in love with Dinah and wanted to marry her. He and his father visited Jacob to ask for the hand of Dinah. But her brothers opposed the marriage unless Shechem and Hamor agreed to be circumcised. And so, Hamor ordered all the males in the city to be circumcised. A few days later, Levi and Simeon came into the city while the men were healing from their circumcision and killed all the men to avenge their sister's humility. Jacob heard of the matter and was very upset. And God visited Jacob and said, "Arise you and your family, and go to Bethel and dwell there, and make there an altar unto me, the same as when I appeared unto you when you fled from the face of your brother Esau." And Jacob listened to God and instructed his tribe to put away the strange gods among them and be clean and change your garments. Jacob came to Bethel and built an altar to God. And God said to Jacob, "Your name is Jacob, your name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel." And God said, "I am God Almighty, be fruitful and multiply, a nation and a company of nations shall be of you, and kings shall come out of thy lions." And the land which I gave Abraham and Isaac, to you I will give it and to your seed. And Jacob set a pillar of stone and poured a drink offering on it and oil and called that place Bethel. And Jacob and his family journeyed from Bethel toward Ephrath, and Rachel was in labor, and bore another son to Jacob and called his name Benoni, but Jacob said no, his name shall be Benjamin. And Rachel died and was buried in the way to Ephrath, which is Bethlehem. And Jacob set up a pillar upon her grave, that is the pillar of Rachel's grave to this day. Some time later, Jacob came to Isaac his father in Mamre, in the city of Arba, which is Hebron, where Abraham and Isaac journeyed through. And Isaac died and was gathered unto his people, being old and full of days, and his sons Esau and Jacob buried him. This is the end of our parasha. We hope you join us next week for another amazing adventure.